Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I'm working on my final project for Kitaholic Kits for the month of November, and I am actually going to be working in a life crafted album. So I have cut the pages to be the size of the the size of the life crafted album page protector, which is essentially just a traveler's notebook size plus some inches. Sorry, inches are just not my forte. But I do cut down that mixed media paper that I'm using as well. So I'm starting with some Distress Oxide, doing some ink smooshing, and then I'm just going to spray it and blot it onto the paper to create a bit of a rainbow, not really a rainbow, but just to match the colors from that paper on the left side that we got in the kit. Once that is all done, and I didn't know whether that paper person ink would actually smush well, but it did. It was fine. Not as good as the Distress Oxides, obviously, but it worked just fine, and the colors ended up looking quite lovely. But once that's done, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the beautiful gel that we got in the mixed media kit this month, along with those lovely little plastic, what are they called? Spatulas. Oh my goodness, my brain. The spatulas. And I'm going to just blend that gel through a stencil over the top of this ink blending that I'm doing right now, or ink smushing, whatever you want to call it. I'd lose the footage from doing that, so I'm telling you ahead of time. I was hoping that it would work. Anyway, I lose the footage of me actually doing that part. But it ended up being perfectly fine, and it looked really nice as well. So I do show you the end result because it's got that beautiful holographic glow, but you can still see the nice colors underneath. So it actually turned out way better than I thought it would. So it's definitely a little technique that you can try, and it doesn't have to be too neat because the actual glittered gel that we got was it's sort of see-through. So there you can see, and it's got this a beautiful glow. I loved it, and it created some nice texture, and it was amazing. But what I do is my stencil wasn't big enough, so I actually do cut that paper down to be just the size of a traveler's notebook. Anyway, now I'm going to start working on my photos. So I have chosen these 4 photos, and I'm choosing some of these clusters, these flower clusters that came from the die cut pack that we received this month. And I am going to just glue down those photos one on top of the other. I'm sticking them down so that you can still see the color of the strips underneath them, so it doesn't look just white. And then I'm taking that beautiful big black and white flower, and I'm sort of gonna stick that to the left using my glue. I measured it before, and it's not going to interfere too much with the holes that I need to punch, which works out well. Then I'm going with these 2 little darker leaf sprigs, and the reason why I went with the darker colors is because I've got that darker blue in my jumper in the photo, and also the opposite photo is black and white, so it works well. Then I'm adding my label, and that's not exactly in the middle, it's a little bit higher so I don't cover up half my face, and I'm going to add the journaling to that as well. Now, oh yeah, I forgot I add this. This is nice. So that was from the sticker sheet that we got, the little suite, and I thought that worked really well there. And that whole cluster, I thought looked really good with the blacks and the whites, and they're just like a tiny little pop of pink. I'm lifting up the edges to create a bit of dimension, even though on the other side we have a lot of dimension. I really wanted to make sure we have some dimension on this side. And I am going to punch my holes and then add my journaling, and then punch my holes into the paper. I just have a hole punch that I got off Amazon that is about the same, configuration as all of these smaller album as the page protectors under the holes. So I do that, and then I move on to the other side. Because I have a bit of more of the pink on the right side, I thought it was okay to cover up the pink a little bit on the left side, which is why I'm covering that up. I wanted to use that big die cut, but just in the end it just didn't fit because I had cut that paper down. If I didn't cut the paper down, it would have looked fine, but I did, and it didn't fit. So I'm going to prop that photo up actually on some foam to give it even more dimension, and then I'm going to repeat those black and blue and white flower clusters and sprigs on the opposite side to make it look like one big layout. I had used all of the, pretty much by this stage, I'd used a lot of the little colourful flowers, but I did want to add these little colourful stickers just to add some more colour. And so I'm choosing these two, and I'm just sticking them directly onto the photo. And because the photo is propped up and the sprigs below are not, it's just more interesting. Adding a little love heart, because why not? And then a label on that side just for the date, because I couldn't stamp the date on that heavily textured background. So I'm adding a label, and I stapled that on using my tiny Tatcha. I really like how this layout turned out. It's my first time working in this size, so it was a bit daunting to kind of get my head around it, as it is when you do new sizes, but I really enjoyed working on it. And of course the papers were so beautiful that came in this kit, and all of the embellishments, they work so well together, so I love how it turned out. And with that, just adding a little love heart there, and am I? No, I'm not. And with that, I say goodbye. I'll see you all next month. See ya.